So, Stewart, who are fighters for our region?
Fighters for our region are a group of 5 independent candidates. We all had similar values and objectives that we wanted to achieve in council, so it made sense to pool our resources together and form a group.
What is the group's main aims and objectives?
So the motto for the group is actually less talk, more action. And out of that we want to see more transparent communication and engagement with the community. We want to then be able to deliver real solutions to the community. Do it in a way that engages with all of the stakeholders. So we've got key stakeholders in both the federal and local and state governments, which for a lot of the infrastructure requirements in the area, we actually need their support and funding. So it needs to be a joint effort, as well as delivering on the core services of roads, water, sewerage, etc.
Stewart, why are you running for council in the next local government elections?
So I was one of the founding members for Saving Lake Cat-Eye, and one of the reasons we actually formed that group was because there was a lot of misinformation out there, and the community was, I guess, torn around what the right approach was for a number of issues. So we formed Saving Lake Cat-Eye and actually started to research the legislation and a lot of the prior documents that had been written by university professors, etc., to actually try and nut out what the real issues were and what the solutions were for the area, and actually write that up and then present it back to the community. So some of the issues that we've tried to address are not only the health of the lake, but also things like Illaroo Road and the revetment wall, and some of the, in particular in that instance, you had council actually going back to the residents and saying they were going to have to put 100% of the bill, and that just didn't seem fair. And when we looked into it, there was a lot of errors in the report as far as we could see, that it was just completely wrong. So it was that sort of thing that we were actually trying to address. So with Illaroo Road, we actually banded together with all of the residents and we advocated on their behalf to council. And when we weren't getting a lot of result or interaction with council, we actually went to the media, and on the back of that, we actually got the whole thing thrown out. And I think a lot of the residents really appreciated that. One of the other issues in the area is also Lake Cat-Eye is currently undergoing a huge amount of development. So we've got pretty much all of the land on the southern side of Ocean Drive is now currently under development, and similarly on the northern side and then up around the lake itself. Now those developments were all DAs that were approved back in 2012 and 2016, which is fine in some respects, but the infrastructure to support those has never been addressed. And Ocean Drive is a classic example where a lot of the DAs, when you read them, actually refer to a very different Ocean Drive to what exists today. And yet just recently council's been out with an Ocean Drive strategy, which is 10 years later than it should be from a strategy perspective, and won't be delivered out here for at least another 20 or 30 years. One of the things that we've found is that with the existing council, there is almost a need to tick the legislative box. So you get report after report, strategy after strategy, and yet none of them actually seem to be designed to actually do anything. You look at Illaroo Road, it's been going on since 2009. The stormwater out there, the issues that have come from erosion from that stormwater, they were identified in 2003. The council seems to have a position whereby by doing these reports, it's all about delay and not changing and not improving, and we need to change that. They're not designed to get answers or to change things or improve things. It's all about dragging things out, and it's this constant delay.